Yo, what is good, yo? It's your boy Ty back here with another video, and in this video today we are going to be going over the NBA 2K21 MyTEAM Season 9 Out of This World Awards. Okay, so basically in Season 9, it was a pretty short season, pretty compact, but in every card that just got released in Season 9, we are going to be going over the cheesiest, most underrated, overrated, Mr. Inconsistent. Now, this is just from Season 9. So, for example, Taco Fall is not in this because he did not come out in Season 9. I want to make sure you guys are aware. The Season 9 awards are only for players that got released during the Season 9 Out of This World. Now, before we dive into this any deeper, if you are new to the channel and have not yet, please consider smashing that subscribe button as we are on the road to 80,000 subscribers. I like to do these awards just because, I mean, honestly, it's just fun to go back over the season, see what Season 9 was all about, and just kind of see if it was a hit or miss type of season. We're going to start off with the cheesiest player that did get released in Season 9. Ben Simmons, obviously, invincible card, 6'10", absolutely immaculate. Probably, I don't want to ruin anything in the video, but definitely one of my top 3 point guards in the game, so it's this day. Can do it all. I mean, we all love the Dark Matter regular Ben Simmons. Now we got the Dark Matter Invincible. He's just next level. Singular, what more is there to say? Especially both gens, honestly, but even especially on current gen, dude's absolutely fantastic. Is he as good as a guy like Taco Fall? No, but this dude is absolutely so cheesy. And then we got Out of This World, Sean Bradley. Obviously, if you are next gen, even better than on current gen. He has a Bobo type base. Singular has a Larry Bird base. When it comes down to the cheesiest player in NBA 2K21 MyTEAM in his Season 9, I decided to go with Singular. For me personally, between these cards, I think Singular does indeed take the cake. Is he one of my top 2 centers in the game? No, but he definitely comes in at number 3. Now, my defensive player of the year, we got Ben Simmons up first, 6'10" at the point guard position. Perfect stats. He just does it all. Offensively, defensively, the dude can do no wrong. Kawhi Leonard, obviously 6'7". He's going to beat people up at the shooting guard position. If you need an on-ball defender, Kawhi is that guy. He's just always a guy at the shooting guard, small forward position. You can plug into your lineup, and you know he's going to do great things for you. And then Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I play him at power forward, and he is my, I don't want to ruin anything, but a top 3 power forward in the game for me right now. And his best attribute, his best strength that he can give you is specifically on that defensive end of the court. So all 3 of these guys are absolutely incredible defenders. They do their own thing. Ben obviously at the point guard position, Kawhi at the 2, and Kareem at the 4. For me, give me 7'2" Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as my defensive player of the season. The most overrated card in Season 9 of my team. Now, we obviously got the GOAT Michael Jordan and the GOAT Kobe Bryant. Now, here's my thing, guys. I'm not hating on MJ. I'm not hating on Kobe, but when it comes down to it, these guys are massively overrated and they're massively overvalued in NBA 2K21 MyTEAM. Just specifically because they have the GOAT logo. Now, I get it on next gen, they're even better because they got Hall of Fame blinders, but they're just overrated. And then let's talk about the level 40 reward, Dr. J. If you grinded for the level 40 reward, I just want to say personally that I'm sorry for you. I am honestly sorry that you spent your your valuable time, I shouldn't say hard anything, but your valuable time grinding for Dr. J when he's not even a top 5 or top 10 small forward shooting guard in the game. So it's honestly sad that people are even grinding for that Dr. J Julius Erving card at this stage of my team. When it comes down to the most overrated, it's Julius Erving. The fact that he's a level 40 reward and people are actually grinding for him, that's overrated in its own right. The most underrated card, you guys are going to see 3 hyperdrive players here. And first of all, hyperdrive players are just genuinely more underrated than anybody else because they are in the hyperdrive set. Sean Elliott, especially if you're on next gen with the Hall of Fame blinders. I love the base 98, or not base 98, base 29 release. It is just absolutely immaculate. Juwan Howard does have the Ray Allen base. His upper's a little weird, plus he doesn't have the highest rated 3-ball, but the dude's absolutely fantastic. I think he's 6'9" at that small forward position, and he's just gonna hold it down for you, a worse version of a Bill Russell type of card. And then obviously Cedric Maxwell, the base 3 card that we did get, I think it was just this week earlier, that is just absolutely fantastic. I hate playing against Cedric Maxwell, and that should tell you guys all you need to know. But all of these cards are underrated, and I've seen each and every one of these cards used in not very often is what I'm trying to say, and that's why I personally believe each and every one of these cards are underrated, because there's not a player I see here that could not be used in a competitive MyTEAM type of standpoint. For me though, Cedric Maxwell takes the cake as the most underrated player in NBA 2K21 Season 9. Token rewards, neither of these were good at all, but I mean guys, here's the deal. Hakeem was 1,000 tokens. And the dude is just, I mean, he's fine. He's an invincible card, so I can't hate on him too much. Then we got Gail Goodrich. I'm going to tell you guys this. Neither of these cards were worth it at all. Gail Goodrich, I think, alone is 600 tokens, if I remember right. But neither of these cards are worth it at all. Both these cards are absolutely terrible. It just comes down to it. One of these cards is usable and one of these cards is not usable. So I guess what I'm trying to say is do not ever get Hakeem Olajuwon, but he is the winner of our best token reward that we did see in Season 9. Budget MVP. Now, budget has a weird kind of term this season. Now, obviously, these cards are getting cheaper and cheaper as we get closer and closer to the end of the year. Sean Bradley here obviously needs a Grinch shoe. You know, that's the first thing for Sean Bradley. So do Simple R. They need some extra badges. And then we got Danny Ferry. If you just buy him, he is so complete. But which of these cards is the best for their specific value? If you're on next gen, Sean Bradley definitely makes a strong case. Current gen, Danny Ferry definitely makes a strong case. And then if you're looking at the overall picture, how do you beat Simple R? A top 10 card in the game, unquestioned. If you are current gen and don't have Taco, you should have Simple R on your squad. It's just that simple. The dude is absolutely fantastic for his specific price, and I'd be lying to say he's not the budget MVP of Season 9. Mr. Inconsistent. Now, this was kind of a tough one to come up with considering the fact that Season 9 was so short. But we're going to start off with LeBron James has the XM base, and this is a current Gen 1 specifically. Here's the deal. LeBron has Hall of Fame steady, which means he is going to miss more whites or get more fulls or not make as many open shots. It's really what it comes down to. There's some days I genuinely believe that LeBron is still the best point guard in the game. Like, there's some days I load up the game and I'd be better with LeBron than a guy like Ben Simmons, than a guy like Cade Cunningham. On the flip side of things, Danny Ferry. I don't honestly run him at the small forward position. I run Thon Maker over him or Goat Braun at the 3 over him. But there's some days Danny Ferry can look like the best small forward in the game. Or second best. He's still not going to be better than Bobo, but he can look like the second best small forward in the game at sometimes. It's just whether I can green with base 98 or not. And that's why Cade Cunningham's on here as well. There's some days I'm so chicken with base 98. And then there's other days I just struggle so much to green with the release, and I get so angry and frustrated. That's why Danny Ferry and Cade Cunningham both are on this list. For me, personally, when it comes down to it, Cade Cunningham is the most inconsistent. Just because some days I think he's by far and away the best point guard in the game, and then sometimes I would rather run Ben, would rather run Braun than Cade Cunningham. So for me, it's just super tough to rank Cade Cunningham as far as point guards, and so that's why he is Mr. Inconsistent for me. Auctionable MVP. Now, this was a tough one for me. Here's the deal. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's GOAT card is absolutely fantastic. Probably my favorite guy to play at the power forward position in the game. Simple R, if I play a competitive game, is not even on the court because I can't run him at the 4. I can't run Yao at the 4, and I can't run Taco at the 4. So Simple R is my third best center, but he doesn't, and I like him at this center position more than Kareem, but he doesn't play over Kareem. So when it comes down to Kareem or Sim, give me Kareem with the slight edge, and then Ben Simmons, my favorite point guard currently in the game. Probably it's either him or Cade Cunningham. I go back and forth on it. So initially I had Kareem as my auctionable MVP, but a last minute change has Ben Simmons taking the cake. Now to the non-auctionable MVP selection here. Tony Kukoc started off, obviously, the MyTEAM Limited Award. Then we got Dr. J. We've already talked about him. Then Grant Hill, right? A triple threat online reward that I'm actually a pretty big fan of. I like Grant Hill a lot. It's just his release isn't great. But if you look at Tony Kukoc, where do you go wrong with Tony? Like, what is there a flaw with Tony Kukoc? Now, sometimes I don't green the most with him, but that would be the only problem. 6'10", I actually think his player build is much improved over his last player build. Maybe it's just me hyping the card up more. I'm not sure, but on current gen or next gen, I don't even think it's close. Give me Tony over those other two by a pretty large margin. Now to the all-OPAL team. Now, again, these are my specific choices. We're going to start off with Bonga at the point guard position, a fan favorite 2 player that came out. Still not a fan of his release. You're going to run your offense through Cade Cunningham, but the dude's incredible. Cade Cunningham at the 2. Obviously the second best player on this list behind Sean Bradley. The dude is absolutely immaculate. You know, when you want to run your offense through him, Larry Bird is just going to stand there, shoot the ball. Scalabrine gonna stand there and shoot the ball. And then obviously we got the cheese head at the center position with Sean Bradley. But the all-OPAL team, I might have missed out on somebody, but we didn't even get that many opals this season, so this is who I did come up with. All dark matter team, start off with the point guard, Cade Cunningham. Now again, this is just the dark matter team, so no invincibles here. So Cade Cunningham does indeed start off at the point guard position. Cedric at the 2, super cheap, super great value option. Obviously, Danny Ferry at the 3. Mobley at the 4, a guy that I think a lot of the community does indeed sleep on just because there's so many good power forwards in the game. Mobley kind of flies under the radar. And then Singular at the 5, the MVP of this current squad. Now, with this squad, you're going to run your offense through Cade and Singular. Obviously, Danny Ferry there to help. Cedric Maximo, Mobley, I mean, they're really there for defense. Mobley can make some things happen on offense. I mean, everybody can at this stage of the game. What I'm trying to tell you is if you have this lineup, it's going to be the Cade and Sim show. Now we get to the all-invincible team of Season 9. Ben Simmons at the point guard position. Obviously, my favorite point guard in the game. Kawhi at the 2. Again, obviously my favorite shooting guard in the game. Probably my second favorite overall shooting guard in the game. One step behind Andre Kirilenko. Tony at the 3. Obviously, I'm a massive fan of him for being a free card. KP at the 4. My second favorite power forward in the game, outside of who we will see on the all-GOAT team. And then Invincible Joel Embiid at center. Now, that's a card we have not talked about too much yet in this video that I'm actually a big fan of. Like, if you prefer Embiid to a guy like KP, to a guy like Kareem, I don't blame you. Like, Joel Embiid is a very, very solid option. So that would end up being my all-invincible team. And last but not least, the all-GOAT team. Now, this doesn't really make sense because position locks are a thing and we only have 5 GOAT players. But this would be the squad if LeBron had power, or if LeBron had power forward eligibility, and if MJ or Kobe did have that small forward eligibility. Magic at the 1, a guy I absolutely would never consider anybody running. But again, he does have a GOAT card. MJ and Kobe at the 2 and 3, both basically identical cards. They're going to give you basically the same thing outside of a little bit of different releases. Truly preference which one of those cards you like more. LeBron, probably the second best GOAT. You could make the case that LeBron's the best GOAT card, honestly. And then we got Kareem at center. Now, honestly, Kareem and LeBron, I don't know who's better between those. They're both absolutely incredible. On next gen specifically, though, Kareem moves just differently. The dude is absolutely fantastic. So if I had to make an all-GOAT lineup, if position locks weren't a thing, this is the lineup I would make. Alright, that is going to wrap it up for the video today, guys. If I missed out on any player in any of these categories, let me know that down below in the comments. Because again, I probably did. If we scroll through here, there's probably maybe an opal, a dark matter that I did leave off, maybe a non-actionable MVP that I left off. This is going to be the last season-specific award video that we do. So hopefully you guys did enjoy these throughout the year, guys. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys and have a blessed day.